Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Today, Jaydev joins us in this session.
Good
Welcome,
evening.
Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again.
I would also like to thank you, viewers, because we have now crossed 40,000 subscribers. All thanks to all of you. Please continue supporting us as we bring the news to you.
Yeah. Friends, coming to the first piece of news is with regards to Salman Khan. And Salman Khan, has been in the news, as you know, in the past few weeks with regards to the death threat, from Lawrence Bishnoi, and also, he was in IFA. He was, sort of getting sympathy from public in the IFA awards, saying that he had a tough phase in his career and he didn't have money to buy some jeans, and Boni Kapoor came to his rescue, and also Sunil Shetty also gave him money, and he's trying his level best to gain some sympathy, trying to get the sympathy back from the public somehow. So the latest news is that Sona Mohapatra, she recalls getting rape and death threats for criticizing Salman Khan, and she was, trolled by so badly by his fans. And she spoke, against Salman Khan for his statements on Priyanka Chopra quitting his film Bharat. And she said she received rape threats and was told, she'd get, SH Star delivered to her in Dabas. So Sona Mohapatra recalled receiving these threats, and she criticized Salman Khan for his misogyny and statements. Now Sona had spoken against Salman for taking digs at Priyanka Chopra. Now, usually people have, leave their husbands for this. Salman had said that Priyanka Chopra left the biggest film of her career to marry Nick Jonas, the singer. And usually people leave their husbands for this. He had said in 2019 then. Then Sona then tweeted that Priyanka Chopra has better things to do in life, real men to hang out with, and more importantly, girls to inspire with her journey. And she said that I had gone through the most hideous trolling, including death threats and literally shit being delivered in doubles lunchboxes in my studio because I had called out Salman Khan for his misogyny and statements. My statements had gone viral. She added that it continued for 2 months, and the Ministry of Women and Child Welfare had to launch a campaign for better safety of women and children online. Sona further recalled her pictures being morphed into porn websites and received gang rape threats. It was horrible. And then we realized it was a consolidated digital army that was not necessarily just made up of fans. It further scared away women from being online. It was premeditated. There were a lot of paid bots that were in this whole game. I decided to take it up head on, and it was horrible for my family. It was exhausting, and some days Ram Sampath, musician, and her husband would come back to the studio, and I would be sobbing on my couch. You'll see a lot of these swollen looks in my documentary. Shut up, Sona, because dealing with the constant trolling and the constant negativity was not easy. It's not something I enjoy for sure, but it's still worth going through because it does slowly change the conversations. Earlier, Sona had criticized Salman when he compared himself to a raped woman while describing how he felt after the grueling shoot of Sultan. So this is some shocking statements by Sona Mohapatra on
Yeah,
Salman
yeah.
Khan that
So this is not very surprising because,
yeah,
see, if you look at what that lady, you remember that lady called Pooja Mishra
yes,
underwent. See, her father was killed, and how she says that she was gang raped, and by these people, the very same people, and how she was almost destroyed, not only by them, but also by Shatrughan Sinha's family. So there seems to be a strange pattern here because the more they groom young girls, the more dangerous are the paths for these young girls. So people like Shanaz Gill, or you're looking at newer girls who are being entertained and pushed forward, like Sara Ali Khan, or even the new Kruti Sana, because they all went with him on this jolly ride to Abu Dhabi. So there seems to be a pattern, and I think most of these actresses already are aware of the kind of tactics this man resorts to, and not only he, but his whole family, and which is very dangerous for their careers and their lives. And this is exactly what Sona has said. And if Sona has said this in public, there must be so much more to whatever documentary she's doing.
Yeah, so recently, to all the people out here, I watched the IFA Awards on Colors TV just recently, and some of the observations which I, gathered while watching the whole IFA 2022 in Abu Dhabi is that it seems to be fully, nepotistic families which is running Bollywood like a private family company, I would say, by many Bollywood, families. And it seems that, from one performance, it is I see Sara Ali Khan, so she is the daughter of Saif Ali Khan. And the next performance, the chance is given to Chunky Pandey's daughter, Ananya Pandey. Then you have Tiger Shroff, who is son of Jackie Shroff. And then you have Abhishek Bachchan, who is son of Amitabh Bachchan. So you can see that there is hardly any outsiders performance in IFA
In fact,
2022.
in
Yeah.
fact, see what I found hilarious, was the way, someone who can't dance for nuts,
Yes.
Abhishek,
Yes.
being made to do all this clownish stuff on stage, and you have another the daughter also looking like another clown, cheering him with the mother. All three look like clowns. That's all I can see now, because see, Abhishek doesn't seem to have any movies, neither does Ash. So now they think that, see, running around and dancing like clowns will fetch them some money, or maybe being on the right side of Salman Khan will give them some offers. So it was actually very ridiculous to see this family at IFA.
Yeah, see, what I don't understand, and I'd ask this question to all the viewers who's commenting here, is that, in IFA 2220 awards, Salman Khan was, most of the time he was acting as though he owns the whole Bollywood film industry. In that particular show, you could feel it that, everyone is sucking up to Salman Khan, right? Each and every small actor and actress, right? So what does I mean, like the whole these? Are you telling me that the whole actors and new actresses they have to suck up to this buy, right? So-called
Yeah.
buy.
Otherwise, they
So
cannot survive.
otherwise they cannot survive, right?
Yeah.
So
So
and
it
also,
always and always you see that the
yeah,
jokes are always not on him. The jokes are always on the other person, because Salman can't take any jokes. So the
yes.
jokes are always on the other person. So they have to take it, biting their teeth or tongue or whatever. They have to, tolerate it.
See, we'll take a few comments. Ash looked like a fool cheering. She has never been graceful. Funny thing, Tom and Jerry, in during the award show of IFA 2022, whenever Salman Khan, is on stage or he's saying something, then we don't, then Aishwarya, like, who's sitting in the front row, we don't see her. She disappears mysteriously, right? That's the funniest part which I found. Salman Khan comes for certain parts during the show, and most often he comes, and during those times in the front row where she's being seated, along with some VIP sheikhs, she's not to be seen. So, and hey, you're on mute. You're on mute. Yeah.
And you'll also find, all these item girls like Urvashi Rautela sitting near some sheikh, as though, see, she is the top actress in India.
I mean, see, Urvashi Rotela, right? She has a Versace, what do you say, apartment, a
Design
luxury
home, design
apartment
home.
worth many crores or billions, right? In
Yeah.
Dubai. So she doesn't have a single film to her credit, which has been a hit. And so, how does she gets all this money? So your guess is as good as mine. So,
Yeah.
right?
Shireen says Junior B with two left feet.
Yeah, that's what.
Abhishek is spineless.
Yes, he is the Salman Sanjay Raut of Bollywood, Ankita. It has been obvious for many years how scared gutter folk are of tube light, inflecting, and yes, Sherry, especially with Salman has made fun of so many people like that singer Abhijit. What's his name? The singer on stage,
Arijit. Arijit. Arijit.
Arijit. Yeah, yeah. So Salman doesn't like to be threatened, but he loves to threaten. Yes, Leela. And he doesn't like people to make fun of him, but he likes making fun of other people. I stopped watching the awards, yes, especially when exactly Karthik. I do remember that when Sushant, was on stage in that IFA Awards, and SRK and Saif, made fun of Sushant, and they did not play the music when he was dancing, when they asked him to dance, right? If you remember that particular sort of incident, there's a silent arrangement to not show her face. Okay, okay, so she was sitting somewhere. I keep seeing these posts on Instagram where Sushmita Sen, Karishma Kapoor is seen hugging him. Okay, I think that is from the, yeah, that's from the Eid party. They were not present during this IFA Awards. Why does he not acknowledge his girlfriend Yulia? She's a, she as you know that Salman Khan is be linked with so many actresses, right from Yulia to Jacqueline Fernandez to so many other like Katrina Kaif and all those actresses. So oh my God, the Bachchans are clowns in real life. Salman is the most Bartamis and spoiled grown children I have ever seen. He's just lucky that after all such behavior and crime, he has always been popular, says Dara Shah. Yes, Dara, and in India that he hires the best lawyers to get him out of all those cases like the Black Buck case and the footpath yes, case also where he his apparently they say his driver, killed many people, right? So yeah, Urvashi would be just going to Sheikh's home. She's sitting close to a sheikh, so we can leave. Come quickly. Come afterwards. Yes. Following Akshay, hi. I was never a particular fan of Bollywood in the first place. After binge watching your show, my entire image of Bollywood has turned upside to the point I want to puke. Uh, Good that you've woken up finally, Akshay. We need to understand what kind of institution Bollywood is. It's an oligarchy controlled by 8 to 10 people, yes, at the front, and a drug and political mafia at the back end. Yes, Mandar, and it's not only in Bollywood; it's in all woods. Like in down south in Kerala, you have the Mattancherry mafia. In Telugu, you have many other families controlling the show, and even in Tamil also. There was an award show. I don't remember which one where Manish Paul was the host, and show was full of gay jokes and games also, especially when Ranbir and K. Joe were involved.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember which show that
yeah.
was, but yeah, I mean
Very
this is
vulgar.
a,
It was very vulgar with them showing that the kind of pose they do.
yeah, the big bully is suffering from narcissism and now beyond control. So yeah, hi Varsha, how are you? More than Abhishek is feel Aishwarya was covered that she did not say much or filed complained about this goon for his abusive behavior back when they were in a relationship.
In fact, Dara, also the fact that, see, there was this girl also from USA who also spoke about abuse at the hands of Salman. She was, I think, she acted with him in a film. and I forget her name. Yeah, Somi Ali. Somi Ali. So she also spoke about abuse. So I think anybody who associates with him and does not go the whole way, they speak about abuse. The others just succumb to it and enjoy the benefits that come with it.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom and Jerry says Alia is apparently pregnant, and it's the fastest pregnancy after marriage, after an Indian marriage, I would say. So if there's a Guinness Book of Records in for India, that would be a record.
Yeah.
Will Bollywood face action after new government of President's rule comes to Maharashtra? That's a good question,
See here,
Chirantan.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What I think is, Chindan, is that if BJP comes to power with Eknath Shinde, then I'm sure they may, rake up the case again. And if public can force them to fast track it, that would be the best thing that can happen to the SSR case. And then all this Bollywood would be, sort of cleansed up.
Yeah. So Jaya is a clown. Yes.
Thank you, Varsha. Only
Thank you,
thing is,
Varsha.
our Hindi is not so fluent. That's why we speak in English.
The way the new movie business works is a case study in money laundering. Yes, not only money laundering, drug money. You have many other illicit activities like trafficking of women and children. Salman was hyped suddenly after Wanted movie since they started Crore Club returns to convert their black money into white. Yes, Ankita. As per RVS Money, sir, these movie so-called actors are paid hefty money by signing them for fake projects, which never start. Says Sudha Barigat. Yes, they want to turn their black money into white. So all these fake film projects are sort of floated. So coming to the next piece of yeah, not necessarily Alia, maybe the surrogate mother may be pregnant. But I saw a picture on Twitter, I think, which she posted apparently from a
Sonography,
hospital
yeah,
sonography picture.
yeah.
So I think she's really pregnant. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Kangana Ranaut and the case. If you remember, Javed Akhtar filed a case on her, and Kangana Ranaut sought an exemption from appearing in the hearing of Javed Akhtar's petition against her before the Andheri court. And after Ranaut failed to appear in the court, his lawyer Jay Bharadwaj urged that a non-bailable warrant be issued against Ranaut for not appearing in the court on multiple occasions. However, this case will be heard on July 4th. Renault has also sought that no media be present when the magistrate records her statement. Akhtar had filed a defamation suit against Kangana, claiming that she had defamed him by referring to him as a member of a particular gang in the film industry in an interview with a news channel. Kangana gave the interview following the death of SSR, and soon after, Renault filed a new extortion complaint against Akhtar, which the court will hear only after Kangana appears in the court and gives a statement. The entire issue emanates from 2016 when Javed called Renault and her sister Rangoli with the help of a doctor known both of them to his house. The doctor was also known to actor Hrithik and Kangana and Akhtar as well. Around that time, Kangana and Hrithik had a relationship and exchanged emails. So apparently, Javed Akhtar is out there to nail Kangana Ranaut, and he has not forgotten about that. What she remarked. Yeah. So let's take a few comments on this. Yes, what if Alia was posing with a fake bum? Maybe.
Yeah, that could be possible. That could be.
Yeah, so the fortresses are crumbling, the pancholis will have no protection soon. If the masters fall, then the money runs out, yes. Then authorities will knock on the door. Jia Khan can finally get justice. Yes, and I do hope that this happens when the new government, forms in Maharashtra. And let's hope that none of all these ministers are not involved, in some of these cases with Bollywood. right? So that also you have to take into consideration that not all the politicians in BJP or Shiv Sena is absolutely clean, right? That so let's hope for the best. So hi Savitri, how are you? Welcome. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Govinda, and Govinda reveals that Bollywood had boycotted him from films and that he was not getting any films. And he there was a time when he was very successful during the 90s, if you remember. And when you're successful, there are many who will try to pull you down. When I was at my peak for 15 years, everything was going in my favor. Now nobody raised these issues. I was at the top for 14 years. Then there was no planning. But then I realized that people were turning against me. I couldn't do anything about it. And people who grew up with astrology, Vastu Shastra, they don't pay attention to these people. It's too small a factor to look at. Mountains crumble too. And so I do remember that he also sort of the Khans did not like Govinda much. They did not gel with his success. Also, if you remember back in the 90s, that Govinda was competing with the Khans like Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and there was always this sort of professional rivalry between them, and they could not obviously stand someone, especially a Hindu actor, being very successful in Bollywood, and especially when Dawood's influence was at the helm during the 90s. So this was one of the reasons why I feel that Govinda, they kicked out Govinda from the sort of film industry, right? So, if people remember 97, both Shweta Bachchan and Priyanka Gandhi were married literally around the same time. Okay. And I remember Shweta had delivered her child within 7 months of marriage. Yes, Karthik. I even heard, okay, Shweta and Nikhil had separated. You're on mute.
Yes, they're separated, Karthik.
Is this confirmed? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
confirmed.
quite some time. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. No doubt of surrogacy in case of Aliyah and Ranbir. Okay, fine. The murder of Gulshan Kumar was a turning point. After that, anybody not in with the gang was finished
Yeah,
systematically.
systematically finished. Yeah.
Yeah, by 2008 to 9, they had destroyed everyone around. Yes, Mandara. And quite an interesting thing is that his son is the owner of T Series,
Yeah.
Bhushan Kumar, and
It's actually here
he's
also, I would like to say that, Gulshan Kumar's son of T series, what he does is that he puts his wife, in all the videos with all these pop
Divya
singers.
Khosla Kumar.
Yeah, Divya Khosla with all these Punjabi singers like, what do you call him? Yo-Yo,
Yes.
Yo-Yo Singh and Honey Singh and the other guy. So they made a very poor joke when she was present. Salman Khan
Mhm.
told Honey Singh, why are you always starring with her in your videos? And Honey Singh he said, please sir, this is my job, don't
Mm.
hit my job, I have no choice, which means that he is acting with his boss's wife,
Mm.
and he has no choice, and that's why she's there in all the videos. That's how sort of Salman Khan makes some of the very crazy comments.
Yeah, so you can
Meena, thank
imagine.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
hi,
you.
Mina.
Yeah. Uh, good information, good session, and informative. Thank you so much. I'm sure Govinda was sidelined. Yes, because he was very talented as both a comedian as well as a dancer. He was very, very good at dancing. Karthik Beti is staying with Lambu Papa. Yes. Govinda got a movie with Dadu Salman's help, and throughout the character was called Stupid Basket. Yes. And that also was a copy of a Hollywood movie. Wanted came in 2009, and that was after which Sallu became a much bigger star. Predator Salman as his gunda who will threaten anyone who speaks against truth or against jihadis. It seems now, this girl, Shahnaz, is after Hrithik Roshan. So after
Hmm.
bagging a movie with Salman, now she is after Hrithik Roshan. Thackeray is caught in a web at the mercy of power to save baby penguin for his bad deeds. I've just noticed that, see, Meow Meow, as he's called by certain people, has such an effeminate voice. And he thinks that he can, with his love, get people back, to his party. You know, everybody will, in fact, nobody will ever forget the SSR murder. Shweta is high on Sasta Malto. What is the news of Jug Jug Geo? Flop? Yeah, that's also a flop. That's what we heard.
So there was a friends. There was a joke on Twitter that every time Sanjay Raut opens his mouth, that at least two MLAs will leave to Guwahati. It was a very funny.
In fact, there was a
Yeah,
travel agency saying
yeah,
that see
yeah.
that Shinde has a
Mm.
better service because they're getting more tourists, to Guwahati than the travel agency.
Yeah, yeah. So I think
I
Shweta
think
was
Shweta
married.
was married while pregnant. Okay, so she was having an affair with Hrithik. That's what somebody just
Okay.
said. Yeah, with Hrithik, and that led to the divorce. Self-proclaimed hit by Kejo. Reviews are not good. मूसवाला के बारे में भी information दे रहा. See, they have caught. They are now interrogating this guy. The what's his name, Jadit?
Lawrence
The
Bishnoi.
suspected killer. Huh?
Lawrence
Bishnoi.
Bishnoi.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bishnoi. Yes. That's what's happening at the moment, Edu. I always liked, yes. Many people like his sense of humor. Govinda too discarded Kader Khan. They're all the same. In fact, here I would like to say that Kader Khan said something very strange. That when he was in, not Kader Khan, it was Mehmood who said that, when he was in hospital, people, big people like Amitabh Bachchan and all, they never even bothered about it, despite the fact that it was Mehmood who helped Amitabh when he was struggling. So that's the kind of Bollywood that people, see today. She's fame hungry, yes. Mosquito men like Clout and Meow Meow are pretending to be the master. Someone said very funnily, Uddhav banned Hanuman Chalisa and 40 Chalis MLAs left him. No, Naveen, who used Hanuman Chalisa to promote herself, is dying to get some. Yeah, she had a cup of tea with the policeman, and after that, everything was hunky dory.
I
Mandar,
can.
I can,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Please go.
I can explain quite a lot of how Jagjak Geo and Bulbulaya posted decent numbers. These numbers are fake and are based on money laundering. Yes,
Yeah,
Mandar. How dangerously clever this Yakna's here. Okay, boycott her every. Okay,
China's.
okay, Shanas. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, next, UT should have employed Sonu Sood Garwapsi expert to get rebel MLA.
MLAs
That's
back
the
to
thing. Yeah,
nice one, Meera.
Bollywood
Yeah,
is, yes, EDU.
full of fake people. Yeah,
Everyone boycotted Govinda because those days no one was able to compete with him. Yes,
yeah.
Nirupama, in fact, especially with his brand of comedy, his dance, he was one of the best dancers during his time. So, yes. Uh, yeah, Shweta is
In fact,
high.
she's been carried out from restaurants.
Okay.
Baby and Papa both facing tough times.
I
Yes.
mean, like that's what karma comes full cycle when you saw the death of innocent people like Sushant Singh Rajput, Disha Sadian, Palgar Sadhu. So you saw the smiling face of Palgar Sadhu when he was, about to get killed. So that he knew that the karma will come full circle and this government will, fall right very badly. Karthik says, yes, Mahmood was someone who gave Lambu the chance in Bombay to Goa. When his films were flopping, Lambu, yes,
He's
Karthik,
an
and
opportunist. Yes.
I mean, like in Bollywood, if you have to survive for a very long period, you have to number one, follow what the cabal says. Number two, you have to, cut corners. You have to be shrewd, and that's how you sort of, butter all the both the sides. That is Pakistan and India, and sort of play in the middle and sort of, make fun of Hindu rituals, and then you'll always be at the helm of Bollywood. That's how the success formula of Bollywood. Govinda's fall, downfall started with with Rani Mukherjee, right?
Affair with her, Rani Mukherjee.
Yes. Even Sonali Bendre is now shouting for attention. She never made any tweet for SSR. Yes, she was seen in an interview with Beer Biceps recently, and she openly claimed that she openly stated that she did not get any film offers during the 90s because she did not listen to the what the underworld says, and she
That's all
lost
I
her.
think crap. All these
Yeah,
people
so
start saying this only after they've gone through the whole thing. You know,
yes,
you remember there was a girl who was with us in a program, and she said they do the complete thing, which is drugs and all that, and they end up with cancer. So this lady also ended up with cancer, just like Manisha Koirala. So many people who got cancer. So they
Sanjay
go
Dutt.
through the whole thing, and then yeah, and then they finally say that nothing happened to them.
Yeah, so yeah, ma'am called someone real. Okay, Salman thinks he owns Bollywood, but so it'll all come to a crash because of their dirty deeds. Yes, Lily. Ma'am called someone real feel heroes. Who's that? Yeah. Hi Suvarna. जो लोग मुर्गी की बलात्कार करते हैं ऐसे लोग कहते हैं सर जुड़ा है
And
तो
say, sir, Juda is no problem. This guy must be beheaded. Who is
um,
Shweta? You mentioned here, ma'am. Uh, Shweta is Amitabh Bachchan's daughter.
okay.
Govinda is
Govindas
still there? Yeah.
best impromptu
Impromptu.
dancer. He has not had any formal training in dance, and he is one of the few actors in the industry to have. He has not received any sort of training in dance, so he's very
In
very
fact,
talented.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think Samir Wankade is in a very strategic position in Chennai because even in Sri Lanka, there's a lot of gambling and drugs. So I think he's got a lot in hand.
so yeah, I've heard. Yeah, maybe.
Sonali Bendre had 3 years of success between 96 99 due to Raj Thackeray. Before and after that, she'd been, yes, banished.
Look, the first victims of Bollywood are those who made it. Those who didn't make it sure are the second victims. Yeah. Only boycott Bollywood covers all the question, but don't spend your valuable. Yes, Soumya Kanta. Minaji, will CBI investigate and interrogate the people who had tweeted in advance without the death of SSR early morning on 14 June 2020?
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully. Sanjay was at final stage cancer and is hale and hearty now.
Yeah. So I think with this, we can end the news. Jay?
Yeah. So there's one more piece of news before we.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about
Um,
Pooja Hegde.
it's about Eknath Shinde.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eknath Shinde sort of he has remarked that it is better to die, and Shinde invokes Mumbai blast Dawood Ibrahim on why we took such. So Eknath Shinde and a sizable number of MLAs, as you know, rebelled against the MBA, Uddhav Thackeray, and he's at the center of political crisis in Maharashtra. And so Shinde stated in a tweet that how can Bal Sahib Thackre's Shiv Sena support people who had a direct connection with culprits of Mumbai bomb blast, Dawood Ibrahim, and those responsible for taking the lives of innocent people of Mumbai. That's why we took such a step. It is better to die. So Shinde and So this is a very bold statement by Eknath Shinde. He has openly stated that how can Balsai Thackeray's party sort of at the present sort of side with people who were responsible for the Mumbai blast in the past, and also with the likes of Dawood Ibrahim. So that's a very bold statement by Eknath Shinde. Let's see how hopefully there's a floor test, and after proving their numbers, they'll form the government with I think Fadnavis as the chief minister at Maharashtra. So yeah, a lot of comments pouring in. Here in UK, people are starstruck by Bollywood. It makes me think how delusional they are, especially the South Asian community. I get repulsed and revolted, probably worse than Indian fans. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
thanks, Leela. Um, Hi, Srujana. Thank you very much, Srujana. I'm so glad that I catch you live. My heart goes on. Says nothingness. Thank you. Third degree CBI custody to SSR servant as well as Ria.
Yeah, absolutely.
Money is more powerful than God. Um Maybe for a certain period of time, but after that certain period of time, God is obviously more powerful than money, right? Like how we are seeing the fall of MBA right now. So Eknath is very grounded leader, and hence can understand how he must be feeling under the penguins. Yes. Um yes, we all pray for that, Bhavna. We should not stop. Yes, and I'm quite impressed with people who have awakened, and they have been boycotting all those films, left and right, and they have, sort of flopped most of the films.
Yeah,
So with this, I mean,
yeah.
these
We'll
are
wind
main.
the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
and see you tomorrow. Join us again in large numbers. Thank you so much, and good
Thank you
night.
so much. Bye.